Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And now we are at our calendar blanket for the month of June. And we are going to be doing, as you could tell at the beginning of the month, we're going to be doing a half double stitch in the Tunisian. Before you start, we need to chain one. Okay, and then we're going to pull up loops, but we got to wrap our hook to pull up a loop. Wrap your hook, pull up a loop, and then go through two. And leave that on the hook, just like we did with the washcloth. So we're going to be wrapping our hook and pulling up the loops, going through two, through all of these. And I'll show you what we're going to do on the corners when we get there. Make sure, yeah, you could see me. Oh, forgot to tell you that I chose this carrion jumble, and this colorway is called Russian Sage. So I chose it because it had greens and pinks all through it, and I just thought that was pretty color of a rose and green for the leaves. So anyway, or any flower that is that color. Let's see. I just thought this color was pretty. I'm trying to use up a lot of yarn that was in my stash. Too, I've had that in my stash for a while because I bought that at Hearts. If that, or not Hearts, at Joann Fabrics, if that gives you any indication of how long I've had that. Because Joann's is gone now. All right. We have the grandkids here, and they're working on rockets upstairs, so you probably hear what is going on upstairs. All right, we're almost to the corner. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into the back loop of this corner and make one. We're going to go into the front loop and make another one. Let me get in there. And then we're going to go into both loops, under both loops, to make the third one. And that's how I get away with putting 3 in one stitch. Okay, and then you're just going to continue over around, but let me show you how we're going to turn this thing around. And I have another ball of yarn. Now you need 2 skeins of yarn to do this. We're at the point that this thing is getting big enough that you need at least 2 skeins of yarn now. Alright, so we're going to go through the first one, this one, and then we're going to go through 2, all the way across until there is 2 loops left on your hook. So these stitches are going to be taller than what you're used to, than what we've done before. So it's going to give it a lacy feel. There's going to be, you know, you're going to see holes through it, which is okay, because that's what it's supposed to look like. But anyway, that's what it looks like right there. But we will put some more stitches in there, and you'll see it won't be that only once we do the second round. And there we got 2 loops left on our hook. And we can turn it around, turn it back around, and continue putting loops on your hook, because we're going in the round. Oh wait, we got to wrap the hook first, don't we? Okay, so I'm going to finish this row, and then I will be back to show you how to do row 2, and we'll see you then. Okay, round 2. Get situated here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the, just like we did this last, we're going to go into these stitches, yeah, like a simple stitch. So just like a simple stitch. Like that. We'll go across the bar and out, and go through 2. Go through across the bar, just like we did in the washcloth on Monday. All right, and then I'll show you what we're going to do on the corners once we get there. I just love going from one style to crochet, regular crochet, to another style, and I really, really like this blanket so far. All right, we're here at the corner now, and we're going to put 3 stitches in this corner, right? So we're going to do a full stitch on each side of that corner stitch. So first of all, we need to put a full stitch in, and then we're going to put a simple stitch in the corner, like a simple stitch. And then we're going to put a full stitch on the other side of that corner before you go any further. So this is the corner, and we're going to put that stitch marker back in there to mark my corners, and then you just keep on going until it's time to take, so we're doing until it's time to take the stitches off. And you turn it, take the stitches off, and we're going through 2, go through 2. And then just continue around. So now what we're going to do is, this is the second row. I'm going to finish the second row, and then I'm probably going to do a couple more rows. We did 8 rows to make these 3 inches, okay, but with this stitch you may not need 8 rows. You're probably going to need about 4 or 5. So I'd say about 4 probably to make this 3 inches. So we'll be back to do the border after that. So I think it's probably going to be 4 rows because this double crochet is like 2 of these. So yeah, about 4 rows, and then we'll be back after that, and we'll do the border. Okay, so I've got 4 rows, which is 3 inches. It might be a little bit more than 3 inches, but that's all right. Now I've got this down to 1, and what we're going to do now is we're going to single crochet in each one of these. I've got a regular hook here that I'm going to use. So this is our make sure that knot gets in the back. Alright, so and that's not right. So we're going to bind this off with single crochets. So we're just going to go into each one of these stitches like simple stitch, and we're just going to bind everything off with a single crochet. And you're going to do that all the way around. And I'll show you what to do when we get to the corner. This stitch, it curls, but it doesn't curl badly. It just curls a little bit, I noticed. Alright, so when we get to the corner right here, which is where my stitch marker is, I'm just going to put 3 single crochets in that same one. And then keep going. We're going to do that all the way around. And then I will be back for round 2 of this border. Okay, so I have slip stitched to the first stitch and chain 1, and now I'm just going to put half double crochets in every stitch. So that is pretty much what we're doing now. When you get to the corners, you got to put 3 half double crochets in those corners. So we are going around with the half double crochets in round 2, and I will see you for round 3. Okay, so the last round of this border, what we're going to do is just going to single crochet in that third loop, which is the loop behind the half double crochet. We're going to leave the first and the second loop, the front and the back loop. We're going to leave that, but then we're going to go to that third loop right after the back loop and single crochet in there. And of course, when you get to the corners, it is 3 single crochets in each corner third loop. And it'll look like this, just like the rest of them. So that will end our June calendar blanket. I hope you had a lot of fun making that stitch with me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.